Hello, everybody. We're back with the IRO, the GT Endurance Championship 2025. And it's the big one, the hardest one, the Nürburgring 24 hours. It is Jaeger. Yeah, it's your boy Jaeger on the comms for the qualifying and the Super Pole. Today, we will also be covering a couple of stints for the race, but let's get to that later. So you see, we are on the Friday, and we are close to that qualifying and Super Pole session today to determine the grid order for the mighty 24 hours at the Green Hell here in Germany at the Nürburgring, the famous Nürburgring Nordschleife, you name it, whatever it is. So yeah, tomorrow then we will cover that race as usual, all of the racing action on this very channel here. And then also we finish that race on Sunday, and we have planned to have some post-race interviews with the drivers and the teams. So stay tuned for that, of course. So this is our schedule for this weekend. Let's have a look at the race info itself. So, as you can see, we don't have a last season winner, so it's a premiere as well for this season in the 2025 GT Endurance Championship. The Nürburgring, the 24-hour layout with the GP loop and the Nordschleife, so the combined one, it states 15.7 miles and 97 turns. So yeah, we have, as usual, all of the tire compounds available, softs, mediums, and hards, also the intermediates and wets. Maybe we need them, or the drivers will need them throughout this weekend. We'll see. We will see. Um, I can give you a brief look at the weather forecast. So today for the qualifying and Super Pole, we have a couple of clouds but sunny conditions. So there is no excuse today for bad weather, but then look at the forecast for the race, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, it can rain for stints 1, 2, stints 10, just 11 and 12, some slightly overcast conditions, but the first 10 rains. It is, yeah. Um, Rain on the radar. Still, we don't know what game will do with that. Still keeps us definitely wondering and hopefully also curious for all of that. With the turn, so if there's a mistake, hashtag blame Evo. So he creates the graphics. So I didn't fact check, double check it, but up says 154 turns. All right, many turns on this very layout. So, um, in terms of the overall championship after 3 rounds and the 8 hours of the Red Bull Ring, we have Sector 7 Racing Esports leading the championship. In P2, we have Esports Race Asylum, and in P3, it's currently Grid Life Racing. And the rest of the teams you can see, look at them, find your favorite team. So it's still early doors in that season, of course, and plenty of races to go. This brings me to my next little graphics, the calendar, but pretty sure you are familiar with that. So we have seen the Daytona 24 hours. We have seen the Bathurst 12 hours, the 8 hours of the Red Bull Ring. Now it's the Nürburgring 24 hours. But that's not all for the season, you know it. The Monza 8 hours next up, then the Le Mans 24, another big one, 8 hours of the Clan and the 8 hours of Fuji. Then summer and towards the fall, and then we finish off the season with the 12 hours at Road Atlanta and the 24 at Spa. So lovely little calendar here created for that 2025 season. It is. Just bring up the spotter's guide, the cars or the teams, and you may notice some slight changes to that lineup if you were following the races so far. So I can tell you a couple of changes. So first of all, the Rotterdam Racing team, they've changed their name to Project One Racing, P1R, that is. The Race Asylum Esports team, they've changed from the Corvette to the Nissan. Also, we have Eric's Racing, they changed from the Nissan to the McLaren. And then we have 4 teams. They are running special liveries for this weekend. It is the Esports Race Asylum team, and Grid Life Racing, Loose Moose Racing, and also the Apex Hunter Racing crew. Oh, I forgot the Race Asylum Black as well, so there are even more. So they came up with some changes to the liveries. Most of them applied some green color to it. But yeah, we will see those liveries in action pretty soon. That is. Yeah. Again, a lovely looking grid, and as always, a big shout out, heads off, kudos to all those talented livery designers we have in the game, representing the teams, equipping them with some great artwork, and you know all. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you race good. And that is exactly what we are trying to achieve here. So, couple of minutes, maybe that's just 2 minutes away from that qualifying session. Sort of, as usual, we have 2 parts. The first 30 minutes will be the regular qualifying session. The top 7 then will advance to the Super Bowl, which is followed after a couple of minutes break, then to determine the pole position and for tomorrow's race, that is. So that's pretty much all I have for the introduction. So why is the wrong overlay again here? This is not good. Someone dropped them. Oh, that's much better. So I don't know why this keeps messing up on my end, but so again, did a great job with those overlays. So also want to send them for you, of course. So just on double checking. So yeah, all of my overlays for tomorrow are also messed up. So have to fix that again. That's something to deal with tomorrow. So today we just need qualifying and the Super Bowl graphics in it. All right. So I think we will start that qualifying session now. So a little bit of work for me to do. So we go into the spectate mode, get rid of all of that, and then start the countdown timer. So then let's roll. So we still have plenty of time to have a look at all the teams, the drivers, for today's qualifying session, because it will be a long out lap. So again, we don't have the option in the game to just use the GP loop and then start that qualifying lap. So instead we have to go around the entire track for the outlap as well. This also means we are looking at probably 8 minutes-ish lap times, maybe a bit below. So 3 flight laps doable. Don't think you want to pit and change tires, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So let's jump to all the drivers and their teams and have a look at those liveries. So it's Matti for Project Platypus in the AMG, the number 11. They're approaching the chicane and then starting to run onto the Nordschleife for GT Finland racers. The 66 Corvette, it is Cookies competing for the team. Then last minute racing, the 45 Nissan GTR, it's Maddie behind the wheel. And we see the newly updated car for Eric's Racing. The number 7, we don't see that much gold in it. It's predominantly black with some gold stripes and fonts all over it. It's Chevy in that McLaren. Then the Loose Moose Racing entry. So usually they were running a white and red liveried Aston Martin. For the Green L, it is green and black on this Aston Martin. Shaky for Grid Life Racing in the number 3 Lexus, also switching from red to green for this event, and Jakey making some moves early. So for Project 1 Racing, it is France K88. Another Aston Martin on that grid. And the championship leaders, it's Metro Monkey taking it to the qualifying session. The number 5 Lexus for Sector 7 Esports. And it's a 69 BMW for AHR. James now in that colorful livery. Next up we have Visual Racer. That is the Sector 7 Boomers Aston Martin 764. The number 1 defending champions Overboost Racing ORT. Vicente, the qualifier today. So usually it's Azorian that is doing the qualifying, but they got awarded a qualifying ban for a incident during the last race. So that's why it's Vicente doing the qualifying for the team. And we have the 77 BMW for Race Asylum. Color shifting livery. We have the Mikugar Sector 7 entry with Cass driving that Lexus that's going very slow. It looked like a little bit of an auto drive moment for that outlap. And the Esports Race Asylum 70. Oh, is that? It's 44, right? I should be aware of the numbers. It's the 44, of course, the Tarlog. So for that team. So great liveries, and then let's see driver. So as usual, it is heavy damage enabled, so you shouldn't total your car on that outlap, because you cannot like teleport back into the pits. If you have damage, you need to do a regular in-lap, fix the damage, and lose probably or 2 laps. Then, so you should avoid that at any cost. But the track is a tricky one. I'm pretty sure we have so many talented drivers on that grid, so they will keep it clean, at least on that outlap. And my guess is they want to get a banker lap in, that first flyer, and then see what is still possible. Then on a possible second flying lap where you can go all out. So the goal, as usual, on that first part of the qualifying session is to get into the top 7 if you want to compete for that pole position. It is. So we don't have to set the fastest lap time at this session for now, but you have to do a fast one to get you into that top 7. That is. And for the drivers at the back, some nice gaps already, so they don't probably have to face any traffic. And now the first drivers are on the jetting away, so get ready for that first flying lap of the session. So it's roughly a 9-minute outlap. 8.5 minutes, something like that. And tire wear is on. Started with, what's that, 30 liters of fuel. And then here we go. Let's go on board in that AMG for the run. It is an 8-minute outlap. Okay, never mind. Let's go. We cross the start finish line, coming into the first turn, braking, start of the curve into the right, left, the Haupthaken, and we go on to the power again, regular part of the GP circuit. So we skipped the AMG arena, heading downhill, left into the right. Get a nice run. Again, don't run too wide. Now we are approaching the Goodyear curve, the hairpin. A little bit of a wiggle, nothing major. Now up towards the Michael Schumacher S. Will it be a lift? No, a tiny lift. For that green bit, we head into the final sector of the GP loop. Now run through the little Advan Bogen, let out this little bend, and then approaching the NGK chicane, the fast flowing one, aggressive. Hit that bollard on the inside. Now get ready for the wild ride on to the Nordschleife. Oh, touch that wall, no damage. Turn 1, Sabine Schmidt's curve, no drama, using all of the exit curve. Now the run into Hatzenbach. Go flat out in this section. Now brake. Coming towards the end of Hatzenbach. Right, left. Okay, bit shaky. Getting ready for the run towards the fast double right-hander, Flugplatz, the section. Will it be a lift? Full arrow, I expect, yeah, no lift needed, flat out through Flugplatz. Now, one of the fastest sections on that track, approaching Schwedekreuz. A little lift needed, maybe? No, it's still flat out. Whoa, that's commitment braking for Arenberg. The downhill right-hander, all good. Carries the speed, and we go downhill. Fuchsröhre, the foxhole, using all of that speed. Next section, the left-hander, you can take it flat over the curb, then brake for the Adenauer Forst. First gear, that was interesting for the downshift. Oh, using plenty of that inside curb, coming out of Adenauer Forst. Now, saying hello to the GB broadband treble tree on the left-hand side. And we go into Metzgesfeld. Little lift needed for that left-hander braking. Now, early on to the power again, use that curb on the right-hand side, maybe? No, doesn't use it. Interesting, you can probably. Okay, now going into the Spiegelkurve, flat through this bit now, downshift, brake a little bit through, miss hit, miss. Carrying the speed, now braking for the slowest part on that track, Wehrsifen, and we accelerate. Go further downhill towards Breitscheid, the left-hander over the bridge to the city there beneath. Right-hander X-Mühle, don't run too wide, use that run. And we approach the little band. Niki Lauda had a terrible accident into Bergwerk. The crucial right-hander to carry the speed uphill we go. Now a little moment to breathe again, so to run through Kessichen and need all that grunt. It goes uphill, like pretty steep indeed for those spits. So, and next up, one of the famous corners, the next left-hander, Bremerikov, Mutkurve in German. A little lift, but no drama at all. Exit of Klostertal, right-hander is flat. Now we brake for the Steilstrecke. We're approaching the famous carousel. Just after the tree on the left-hand side, onto the brakes. Oh, in guts back. Didn't get that completely correct, that run through the carousel, but still we carry on. We are approaching now the driver's favorite section, the OE8. We go the highest point on that track, and fast flowing sections now to this right, left, Wippermann again. Take those curbs on the inside everywhere. Now we are braking downhill towards München, the party area at the 24-hour exit. YouTuber's corner, keep it on track. Yeah, nice and steady. Next up it is Eiskurve, the uphill left. No drama here at all. Approaching the Pflanzgarten section, so we see a little bit of a jump. Boom, downhill, down one gear. Right-hander early on to the power left, and leaving Pflanzgarten for Pflanzgarten 2. Little bit of air time, nothing major. Through the Stefan Bellopes we go, and approaching the Schwalbenschwanz fast entry. That right-hander a bit too wide, and I nearly lose it on the grass, but that's the qualifying session over. Oh no, that's damage out of Shanghai, and that is also qualifying done and dusted for Maddie. So you are not allowed to exit out of the pits, so that is P14 for the team. Unfortunately, Yeah, not the reset. That was not the smartest idea. So you can now park that car. But yeah, we go with cookies then for the remainder of that lap. So on to the Tettingerhöhe, the long straight. It will be the 66 Corvette to show us the first reference lap time. It is someone behind many might get a quick lap time for sure. We wait for cookies now. It won't be a sub 8 minutes, but close to it. A 8:04 it is. What about Maddie? Sub 8 minute incoming. 7:58.1. Here we go. Shaky in. Alright, interesting. So he is just going for a outlap, in-lap, outlap, and then one flying left approach. That is interesting to see. So he's relying on that one lap magic. P2 goes to the Loose Moose Racing team. And with an 8:01 in P2. Cookies with an 8:04 in. Was briefly in P3. Macho Monkey with a 7:59.8. So the second driver to go sub 8 minutes in that session. Xavi with an 8:04 in P5. Visual Racer with 8:07. P7 at the moment. James for AHR in P8, 8:08 it is. So 1.5 seconds roughly the gap to P7. ATV for the 77 BMW, 8 minute 15. And just seeing that Cass got that car up to P7 for a moment. But we saw another car being quick. That was Vicente for RT up to P6 and Harlock P2 for the 44 Nissan. So I think that's now everyone that has completed one flying lap. So then let's have a quick run down. Maddie for last minute racing with that 7:58.1, and he keeps on pushing. Out of the front tires already show somewhere. The number 5 Lexus for Sector 7 Esports in P2, Macho Monkey, and Loose Moose Racing, the 35 Aston Martin in P3 with that 8:01. And facing some traffic now. It's hard to get a clean run if the drivers don't work with you. So we saw then the 44 in P4, the 66 Corvette in P5 currently with that 8:04. Vicente for Overboost Racing team in P6 and Xavi for Eric's Racing in P7. So a 2-second gap to P8. And Cass a little bit off track. Not sure. Doesn't get a track limit penalty. The Boomers for Sector 7 in P9 currently. Whereas James improving on his lap. Nearly 2 seconds up on his personal best. So we'll stay with James for a while. Exactly, yeah. Consistent, clean laps will be important, especially with those rainy conditions that are on the horizon for the majority of the race, and pretty sure the nighttime will be the decisive time. Darkness and rain. Probably no one really likes those conditions, but yeah, it will be interesting, and the qualifying position is not that important here. Still, you want to place your car as high up as possible on that grid. And making it into the top 7 and get another shot at a good lap. You're a competitive driver, you definitely want to do that. But James still improving on his personal best, needs to find roughly 5 seconds, I guess, to get into the top 7. For now, it is 2. And also think one driver to watch should be France. But there is damage on the rear for the Project 1 racing driver. Still improving on that his personal best, but the damage to the rear and the suspension, it will be tough to challenge the top 7 drivers for this one. And Jakey with the very, very interesting strategy. He will have the best tires for that final flying lap. Was it worth the risk? We will see. He's still on the out lap. And some traffic lies ahead. But it's not the worst one, it's Metro Monkey. Let's go to the big guys at 7/10 down on that second flying lap for Metro Monkey. What about Maddie? Can he improve on that second flyer? No, 1.5 seconds down, and there's not enough time to pit and do one more lap. So it was basically a one-shot quali. So maybe Jakey's strategy wasn't too bad. I mean, you want to have good tires and the least amount of fuel for his flying lap. Maybe it was too late for Jakey to leave the pits. I think she should be fine. So Maddie stayed out. Still a sub 8 minutes. Cookies into the pits. That's the qualifying session done. We'll have a look. There's Metro Monkey and Jakey. There's a 3-minute overrun time. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't checked the settings. But it might be too close. It might be too close for Jakey to complete that lap. It's now, we have 5 minutes to go and he's not started that lap. So I don't think Jakey will get a lap in. Oh no. Oh, the gamble didn't pay off for Jakey. Now he won't be able to make it back in time over the line. So that's a bit of a bummer. he needs to have a 745 or something like that. I don't think it's possible unless he's doing the endurance layout instead of the 24 layout. And the maximum is 3 minutes finalized, so it won't be enough. It won't be enough. So this means we probably have the top 7 already with the Maddie, Macho Monkey, Mr. SBS, Harlock, Xavi, Cookies, and Vicente. So James improved P8, but needs to find 1.5 seconds and a bit. And on those worn tires, I don't know, it's also very late now to start the lap and has the penalty. Cas in P9 with that 8.060. A very visual racer launch still on the GP loop. And yeah, probably also won't be getting in one more lap. So France with an 8.11 with a damaged car. That's P11 ATV and 4 Race Asylum. The 77 BMW with an 8.14 in P12, and yeah, Jakey, that's the end of the qualifier. That's the P13 for Grid Life Racing. That is. What happened? The Eric's driver just parked it on the grass somewhere in that Hudson section. What's that all about? So he's not moving, has damage. He doesn't want to get into the way of the other drivers, but not sure if this is allowed to just park your car there. So again, the stewards might be busy today and have a look at those incidents. So yeah, I think the qualifying session, that's positions are settled. Can't really see the drivers improving with that tire wear already, so maybe it causes yellow flags, but you're usually not overtaking a car here anyway, so I don't think that is an issue. But I don't think there was a rule maybe for driving very slowly on the track or parking it on the track. So I'm not sure about the rule books, but it's definitely nothing you really want to see, like stopping the car on track while other drivers are still doing qualifying. So yeah, we get another camera angle here on that beached McLaren. Also the ORT driver is parking it, so they don't want to do another lap, and they don't want to exit out, of course, because then your qualifying will get invalidated. So I don't know, this might be another loophole to fix in the rule book. It doesn't really look good, to be honest. So Vicente won't be removing James with a half-second penalty, and very unlikely that he can improve as well. We'll see, we have now less than 3 minutes, so Cass won't be able to finish that lap, so now nearly losing it. Oh, spinning it and getting some. No, doesn't get any damage. So Vicente is driving now again. Yeah, a bit of a messy session, to be honest. Let's wait for the timer to run out, and then we have the first part of that qualifying session done with. Last minute racing in a very good position with Maddie. Those two, Maddie and Macho Monkey, they will be the favorites for that pole in the Super Pole session. That's my guess. And that Super Pole will be one out lap, one flying lap. So the pressure will be on. But also, like, interesting for the race. So looking at the tire wear now, what I can see, so it's 4 laps and over 50% of wear. I can't really see the soft tires being used for an entire stint. So usually you're looking around at 7 to 8 laps for one stint here at the N24 layout. And I guess if it stays dry, we're probably looking at mediums tomorrow for the race, for the primary race tire. That is again another great lap still for Maddie, 8:01. And Mr. SPS, he might get one more lap in. This one, 15 seconds, yeah, you should be able to set that lap time, but it's no improvement. Stays in P3. So Harlock pitted, Xavi parked it, Cookies pitted, and that is the end of qualifying session number 1. So let's run you through that session. Maddie for last minute racing, Macho Monkey for Sector 7 Racing Esports, then Mr. SPS for the Loose Moose Racing team, Harlock for Esports Race Asylum, the 44, then Xavi in that McLaren for Eric's Racing, Cookies for GT Finland Racers, the 66 Corvette, and Vicente in 7th position for ORT in that BMW. Then James, the first one to miss out on that Super Pole, and let's go to the second page of the grid of the qualifying results. Cas for Mikugar, Sector 7 in P9, Visual Racer for the Boomers of Sector 7 Racing in P10, France in P11 for Project 1 Racing, ATB in the BMW for Race Asylum 77, and then Jakey Real Life Racing and Matty for Project Platypus didn't set a lap time. All right, so let's prepare for that Super Pole. And just a 20-minute session, so as I've mentioned, so it will be out lap, flying laps. So idea is probably that the drivers can leave a gap, and you don't have to run that close to the other drivers. Oops, we are not starting that one already. My overlays. I don't have control over them. wait for the announcement when we will start that Super Bowl. So chat, who is your favorite for pole position? Is it Maddie? Is it Macho Monkey? Or can someone else grab that pole? It is definitely pressure moments. Now, one shot. Easy to do that little mistake that might cost you that pole position. So looks like Trevor's are ready. So I guess I'm ready as well to continue with the second part of the qualifying. So this is not the actual outlap yet, so please Trevor stop. All good. Now the qualifying session number 2, the Super Bowl, is live. And we go 20 minutes, the top 7, and yeah, different cars there inside the top 7. Lexus, McLaren, Aston, Nissan, Corvette. So nice to see. Let's run you through the 7 competitors, and the 6 of them are so eager they want to get out very early, and there's Harlock staying in the pits. So you have time, you have 20 minutes for an outlap and a flying lap. Don't think you want to be that close on the track, but yeah, let's see. So Mr. SPS in that Aston Martin for Loose Racing. And we have the Lexus RCF for Sector 7 Racing Esports, Macho Monkey. Number 5, the current championship leaders. Chevy for Eric's Racing in that beautiful looking McLaren 650S for Eric's Racing on track. And it's the 45 Nissan GTR Nismo Maddie, one of the favorites for the pole position. And a BMW on the track as well. Finally, if you're rooting for ORT, so they've been struggling for the first 3 races to get into the Super Bowl, and now they're in it. And see, one lap magic, anything can happen. And also nice to see that Corvette still being competitive here for the 66 GT Cadet racers. And the second Nissan is out on track as well. Second in the championship standings, the 44 Esports Races Elementary. The gaps are nice between the bottom 2, Cookies and Harlock. Vicente also, I think, opening up that gap to the cars in front. But Xavi and Macho Monkey and Maddie, they were close. Macho Monkey trying to stay with Maddie probably. Mind games happening in that qualifying session. Pretty sure about that. So if if he can get a little bit of a slipstream down that long back straight that he I mean, who doesn't want to take it? And with a driver like Maddie in front, you know he's quick. You won't be losing that much time. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe now Maddie is slowing down at some point or whatever. So it looks like the gap is now opening up a little bit between the drivers. Chevy is still close, and the first one on track, Mr. SPS for Loose Moose Racing. He doesn't have to worry about traffic or whatever, so he can go his own pace on the outlap. Still, you don't want to overdrive that car on the outlap. You still want to have decent tire wear for your flying lap, and Maddie with a really good job there. Barely see any wear so far on that Nissan. The same goes for Macho Monkey as well. Really smooth driving for the drivers. Also that McLaren was always good with the tires, so shouldn't be a problem for that. Also BMW looking good with the tire wear, very smooth out laps for the drivers. They know you don't need to push now, and a big gap between Harlock and Cookies. So can focus on the racing lines, but again a little bit of a lag on the spectate mode, so it's a bit tough to follow, unfortunately, for the esports Race the Silent crew. Sorry, we won't be running Harlock probably for that long. Also, with that super pole and that long track, we won't be staying with one driver for the entire lap, so we'll just flick between the drivers, get hopefully some split sector times to get an idea, but we don't see purple or whatever because we don't have a reference lap time for all of them. We have to wait until they cross the finish line for their flying lap, so definitely the tension is rising now. Get into the flow now, so getting closer to that final sector for most of the drivers, so gaps between the drivers now. Don't see anyone being really close. You don't have to worry about our lobby hosts, mates. They have all good connections. They're doing this for a while, so they're all on wired connections. So don't worry. It's just Harlock who has. Every time I watch him, he has just a little wiggle or so. It is nothing new. Some drivers have just those issues in it. Just shuffle it, yeah, maybe, but it's, at least for the qualifying session, it doesn't matter because you're not racing close next to each other. But for the race, this might be a bit distracting again. So we'll see. Exactly, it's a normal thing with him. Alright, let's get ready. Super pole now. Hot laps are starting. Mr. SPS, the first one. There's a big gap to the next drivers. Oh, that looked a bit sketchy through that one. Oh, here we go, Roses, thank you. The first ever super chat on the IRO YouTube channel. What a legend it is. So yeah, also have to thank you all for making this possible to get the monetization, the first part of it, available. So you have smashed it recently with the views and the subscriber count. So we are very, very thankful for that. And yeah, of course we are happy and thankful if you want to support us a little bit, if you can. So top 3, 4. All on the GP loop now. Vicente as well. Cookies comes into the first chicane, and Harlock also started that qualifying section now. So let's see if we can get somebody. Oh no, Mr. SPS with a half-second penalty coming on to the Nordschleife through the chicane, probably would be my guess. So probably he's out of that run for the pole position with that mistake. Through the chicane goes Maddie. Looks smooth so far. 1:33.3. Let's remember that. Similar probably. Yep. Not much between Maddie and Macho Monkey. There's Xavi a bit behind, not too much. 34.3. And Vicente 34 also, 0.3, same lap time as Xavi. Cookies a little bit over wiggle through that chicane. I lost a little bit of time there. High from 34, no, 35.0. That's a bit too much, probably already down. And that's Harlock a 34.1. Alright, so Mr. SPS then with that half-second penalty, he has to serve it on the long, ditching away the back straight. Then that half a second will lose him at least a second, maybe 1.5. Whoa, Ray, 20 pounds. Yeah, what is going on? 3:10.6 for Maddie. 3:10.6 it was. I don't know, of course. Where's Macho Monkey? 3:10.8, that's 2/10. 2/10. It's still close between the two. Xavi, a 3:12. Not in that fight for pole position. Vicente, 3:11 probably. Yeah, 3:11.9. A bit quicker than Xavi, but not as quick as Maddie and Macho Monkey. Cookies, a 13, also not up there with the best. Harlock with a good one. He might get a top 3 with it. Again, back to the front. And it's 12-kilometer mark, so just before Mood Kurve. Where's the next split sector? I think not too far behind, so 4:58. Half-second penalty, that will be the issue. So Maddie will be the next to set that next reference split time. 4:56, 4:55.9. Okay. 4:55.9. 4:55.9. I need to remember. It's a bit difficult to keep track, but there's Macho Monkey, a little bit of a drift. So half a second down now. So half a second for Maddie in the Delta. Shall be losing more time. 58. Where's Vicente? Also a 58, close between Xavi and Vicente. Cookies, the next one. Had a mistake somewhere. 59. And Harlock, 57. Still think that could be E3 at the moment. Oh, Flatsgarten section for Mr. SBS. Upcoming. Did we get one? Here, 38.2. Little jump. The exit of Flatsgarten into Bellovez will be 8:34. 35.1 for Maddie. Macho Monkey. .36.0, nearly a second. That is good news for last minute racing. The 45. 39.1 was also close between Xavi and Vicente. 39.1 versus A. 39.5, just 4/10. And Cookies for the 66. 40.6. And Harlock 37.7 and still top 3 for the 44. And Mr. has finished 8:03 despite having that penalty. So next up will be Maddie. Sub 8 minute incoming. Once again. What will it be? 57? 57.75. What a lap it is. I don't think Macho Monkey can gain nearly a second since in the last split, but a really good lap as well. Sub 8 minutes for Sector 7 spots. 58.6 P2 it is currently. And Xavi currently P3. Just got in front of Loose Moose Racing. What about Vicente? It was close and 8:028. Oh, that's P3 for now. Here comes the Corvette, the 66. 8:034. What's that? 8:04. P6 at the moment. And here comes Harlock with an 8 minute 1, 8 minute 00.801. So, Maddie taking pole for the 45 Loose Moose Racing Macho Monkey. Then second for the number 5, Sector 7 Racing Esports, and Harlock, the 44 Esports Race Asylum in P3. Vicente for Robust Racing in a P4, second row grid start for the BMW. Xavi in P5 and Mr. SBS P6. So without that penalty, would be probably P4 for Loose Moose Racing. So for now it's third row for the 35 and the 66 Cookies in P number 7 for GT Finland racers. So yeah, we won't be seeing any completed laps during this qualifying session. So, oh, a little bit of a love tap. Here, the top two having fun. Roughly a second between P1 and P2 on that long lap. Oh, but Maddie unstoppable in that GTR here at the Nürburgring 24-hour layout. He showed it in the qualifying session earlier and also showed no nerves and got an even faster lap time than in the qualifying session. It was 7:57.7. Yeah, many 7s and 5s in that lap time, by the way. Yeah, let's have a look at the final couple of seconds and see those cars in a not racing condition for the final time, and then we will see them competing against each other for positions in the 24-hour race tomorrow. That is the big one, of course. This was just the aperitif. Oh, why I'm speaking French now? I could say the appetizer, of course, in English, or in my native German Swabian dialect, ein Anschmeckerle for the race tomorrow. And yeah, a good point, analyzed. So they could bring up like the info for the weather forecast. So stints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rain, light rain, drizzle, showers, everything in it. Stints 11 and 12, just overcast. Don't think there will be any rain for the final two stints, but those first stint, and especially an eye on stints 5, 6, 7, 8. They will be during the night time, and light rain and showers during the night time. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That might be a big equalizer as well for that race as well. Also the teams, the drivers, they have like ready for the race. Not all teams are like balanced, but and this is the beauty of endurance racing, right? So you just want to make sure you have a clean run and avoid making many mistakes, avoid damage, of course. Look at that picture. Cars are being slow. Oh, looks like they are running out of fuel. No. Yes. We should see the end of that session now. Well, so that was Super Pole. Let's bring up the results. Then for the Super Pole, Maddie for last minute racing, the 45 Nissan 755 754. Macho Monkey for the Sector 7 Racing Esports in that Lexus RCF number 5 on the front row as well with a sub 8 minute. Then Harlock and Vicente. Can I move? No, I cannot move that cursor. Why? it's bugged again. So see it Harlock for Sports Race Asylum, 44 Nissan, and Vicente in that number 1 BMW on that second row of the grid. Xavi and Mr. SBS row number 3 it is for Eric's Racing and Moose Racing, and in row number 4 it is Cookies in that Corvette, and I think it is James for AHR starting alongside in P8 for tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. That was a good point. So just a quick look at the schedule. So we will be live tomorrow from 14:45 British summertime here on this very channel, the International Racing Organization YouTube channel here. It will be GT45 gaming to get us on the way for the comms, and then we have hopefully an exciting 24-hour race, 12 stints, 2 hours each, and with hopefully a couple of racing action, bit of drama, bit of weather, all of it in there. So yeah, looking forward to it. The stream itself tomorrow and on Sunday will be 3 parts again, roughly 8 hours each. So links will be posted in the Discord as usual, and you can share them, of course, in your own team Discords with your friends, and yeah, tell all of your friends and your neighbors and family and whatever. Go watch us. We are showing some great racing here on Gran Turismo 7 here in the International Racing Organization for GT 2025. Right, that's it from my side for today. So hope to see you tomorrow for the main race and on Sunday as well. And until then, take care. Have a nice rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are. And see you soon. Bye-bye.